We have Bloomberg reporters on the ground as the ever-increasing flow of refugees stream into Poland, among them Aggie Cantrell.
Poland is now looking at integrating these people into the labor force, into the education system. And once they're here, it's important to see where they can go next. There's already a huge amount of people who have moved to Warsaw and to other European countries as well. And that's a key concern for the European Union going forward. After getting these people over the border, how they're able to find places to live and work more securely.
There are many non-governmental organizations also trying to help. Captain Oleg Samoilenko of the Salvation Army in Warsaw is welcoming thousands, providing them with food, shelter, emotional and spiritual care, translation services, and useful references for medical and legal advice.
Poland is the closest country for them, and the language is almost the same. It's very similar, so we understand each other. So for them, Poland will be the main destination. And I think for many years, Poland was the country where Ukrainians would come to work. So many of them would already have somebody in Poland, like part of family, daughter, mother, somebody who will work here for years. Some of them, they're standing in cars to the border. I know one lady who spent 5 days sitting in the car with a child waiting on a queue to get to the border.
What are conditions like today, Oleg, as the number of people who are crowding into Poland from Ukraine increases exponentially?
They say it's around 1.5 million now in Warsaw. We think it's even more. Our cities in Poland are not so big, so these conditions are not the best one now. So people are sleeping in different shelters organized by government. They try to find apartments, but it's very difficult now to rent apartments because people who rented apartments before to people, they say we are afraid that in one apartment will live 20 people. So nobody wants to rent Ukrainian people because they're afraid that they will bring more Ukrainians to the apartment.
I understand that most of Europe and most of the places these Ukrainian refugees are going are in hopes of integrating the population so they can go to work, so they can support themselves, so they can pay for things themselves. Are there some people that's more difficult for than others?
I have people who are lawyers, doctors, teachers, people who work on a really nice positions in Ukraine. But here, because of lack of language, they go to work like a cleaners, they go to work in a restaurant for the kitchen, like a helper. So they're really on a low position now. Yeah, I think it will be more difficult for senior people. It's always difficult to get any job for senior people, even in normal days. If they are black people, I would say, if people are not Ukrainian white people, in Poland, it could be a big problem because Poland is a country, we're a white country. So for many people, they will be a little bit afraid, they need the time until they will know you better. And that's why in Salvation Army, we actually trying to help them and we connect them with the other people from Africa or Asia who live already here in Poland.
What does the Salvation Army need to do its job in helping these people from Ukraine who are just trying to get out of war's way?
Sure. Of course, without any help, it would be very difficult for us. So we're really grateful for actually all donations we are getting, all requests to help us we're getting. But I think it would be amazing if people would like to help. So they contact, Salvation Army in USA.
Our thanks to Captain Oleg Samoilenko of the Salvation Army in Warsaw. Samoilenko says those wishing to help can find more information at salvationarmyusa.org. Continue to listen to Bloomberg Radio for the latest on the war in Ukraine and the humanitarian cost. I'm Greg Jarrett, Bloomberg Radio.